All praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Wakakadash. Double honor to the apostle of Great Millstone that teaches this truth. Much love and appreciation to all that can preaching the truth and sincerity out there. Shalom to the hopefully elect. There's not a title for this lesson yet, but I'm thinking about something like the judgment is at hand. Judgment is at hand. A lot of people do not consider that the Lord is going to bring judgment because in their inward part, it is in them to do evil. That's one thing. And also it is in them to not consider the ways of the Lord, right? Because the Lord did not give them the spirit of righteousness. That's right. Let's go to Deuteronomy 32 verse 7, 39, 41. Okay, so remember the days of old, consider the years of many generation. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. Right? A lot of people do not consider to ask for direction, ask for wisdom from the elderly. The elderly, they live long time, they know a lot of stuff, but they have to have the spirit of righteousness in them, because a lot of them, they look at the youngster as the new way. And the new way is not necessarily the good way, right? Verse 39. See now that I, even I am thee. I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Let's read it again. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. This is the Lord speaking. He's saying what he's gonna do. He's saying his position. He's saying his mindset, that there's no man that can deliver out of his hand. And he's talking fact. He kill, he heal. Nobody can deliver out of his hand. So he need to be feared. See, he need to be feared, because fear not the man that can kill the body, but fear the man that can kill the body and the soul, right? So, and this is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. He's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So it's not the way, the time to be playing. We know that a lot of calamity is about to come. It's not the time to be unfaithful. It's not the time to be unjust. Verse 40. For I lift up my hand in heaven, saying, I live forever. I live forever. So that's the power that the Lord has, and nobody can contest his undefeatable, flawless victory every time, and there's nobody who can contest, right? It's uncontestable, right? If I wet my glittery sword, and if I wet my glittery sword, and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemy, and will reward them that hate me. Who hates the Lord? All the nations, everybody that hates his people, everybody that hates his laws and commandments, those are his enemies, and those are the one who hates him. Take a guess. See how we're living now, and see how much wickedness that there is, that's been promoted, that's been glamorized. See, those people, they hate the Lord, and whoever glamorized the wickedness hates the Lord and hates his laws and statutes and commandments, right? Woe to the nations that went against his people. Woe to the nations that went against his people, because vengeance is also coming for days for such individual. Let's go to Judith 16 verse 17. Woe to the nation that rise up against my kindred. The Lord Almighty will take vengeance on them in the day of judgment, and putting fire, right, and womb on their flesh, and they shall fill them. They shall fill them and whip forever. And this is the time that's coming. Whip forever. That's what's gonna come to Esau, Edom, right? That wicked system is wicked, and there's no way to justify it. And a lot of people think that the Lord will not remember their sins. The Lord will not remember their sins because that they have the walls on them. I mean, the walls cover them, and it's dark out there, and they never talk to nobody about the wickedness they've done, and to keep it keep it hidden. But the Lord says that the truth will come out, right? Ecclesiasticus 23, let's go verse 18 and 19. A man that breaketh wedlock, saying, thus is heart, right? Thus end is my heart, right? Thus end, saying thus end his heart, saying thus in his heart. Sorry. Who sees me? I am compassed with darkness. The walls cover me, and nobody sees me. What need I to fear, right? What need I to fear? Well, the Most High, and they say the Most High will not remember my sins. That's so they can do whatever kind of wickedness that they've done, and they say, oh well, the walls cover me, darkness compass me all around, nobody sees me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins. Let's go to verse 19. Such a man only feared the eyes of men, and know not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. Right? Considering the most secret parts. So, there's a lot of things that men with no understanding can think. And one of them is to think that the Lord is his arm is too short to reach to a spot. His eyes is not bright enough to see the wickedness that they've done, and his ears he's deaf, so he cannot hear what he says in his heart, what he says in his mind, and his intention. But we know that the Lord knows better, and he knows better. His eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun, because why? Because the angels are everywhere, searching, knowing, beholding, seeing, and reporting to the Lord, right? So such an individual thinking that the Lord will not consider my sins, will not remember my sins, will not know. These people are just fools, right? And we know that the sinner shall be destroyed in the day of evil. Why would the sinner be destroyed in the day of evil? Because they're working against the way of the Lord. They're working against his statutes and commandment. Right? Isaiah 13 verse 9 tells us, behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinner thereof out of it. That's what's coming. It doesn't matter, shall the incredulity of them make the prophecies not come to pass? The Lord forbid. No. Whatever the Lord set in his mind that he will do, he will do. And there's no way to make his word come back to him void. The Lord knows what he's doing, and he says that he's gonna do it. But now we know that the last couple prophecies are just right at hand. They are coming, and we know that the plagues are at hand also, and there's nobody who can stop them. And the wicked thinks that they still have more time. The wicked still think that they can still do as much wickedness that they can, but they don't consider that the Lord himself hates wickedness. He hates the sinners and he hates the sin. He doesn't just love the sinner and hates the sin. I mean, right? Love the sinner and hates the sin. Like, I mean, it's almost like a tongue twister, right? Hates the sinner. No, hates the sin and hates the sin but love the sinner. No. It's way easier to say it. He hates the sin and he hates the sinner. Straight to the point. Let's go to Revelation 13 verse 15, Revelation 13, 15 and 17. That's gonna tell us what is the great days coming, right? The great day of judgment is coming, but before that, there is something that has to come right before, and that's what's gonna trigger the whole, the whole seven. I mean, like the seven plagues that's gonna come, right? Or the grand final, finale, right? The grand finale that's gonna bring the destruction of this world and bring the new Jerusalem, right? Bring the new world, the great reset, right? Because that's what the Lord wants. That's what's in his heart, right? Okay, so Revelation 13 verse 15. And he had power to give life into the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, right? And cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. What is he talking about? The image of the beast is that whole system, right? It's that whole system, image of the beast. And everybody who's entangled in that whole system, they will do what it takes to take the mark, to take the MARK, right? They will not go against it because they love the system, right? At first, anyways. Okay, let's go to verse 16. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. A lot of people say that mark is sin, that mark is white woman, that mark is unbelief, that mark is whatever it is. No, it is actually the charagma. It's something to imprint. It's something to it has. I mean, it's something that has info in it, right? It has that info in it, and without all that info that's gonna be embedded in your body somewhere in your right hand or in your forehead or any other part of your body, well, that's considered that you have taken that MARK, and the Lord will not spare you from the day of judgment, right? Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the MARK or the name of the beast or the number of his name, right? So, and we know that death is gonna come to him, right? Death is gonna come to him. Whoever takes that mark, whoever do those things, and whoever is not considering to coming out of his ways, out of his bad ways, make an effort, you know, examining yourself daily, do the best out of it. Hopefully this lesson have been edifying. All praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem, Wakakodash. Double unto the apostle of Great Millstone that teaches us the truth. Much love and appreciation to all that can preaching the truth and sincerity out there. Shalom to the hopefully elect.